Students, so today we are going to start with our history 7th chapter, that is India during the Maurya period. So here in the previous chapter we have learnt about Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. So let us revise that what we have learnt in the previous lecture of history. What is meant by Janapadas? The small states that came into existence in the North India in the post-Vedic period, that is what we call as Janapadas. Now, tell me, what do you mean by Janapadas? Janapadas is what? A village kingdom which came into existence. A land where the Jana set its foot. Janapadas means what? A word comes from Jana. Jana means what? The people, those who started living at one place for a long time. So, that is what we call as Janapadas. Okay, and that Janapadas means a lot of people came into a place and they stayed, right? Like that only they have made a lot of Janapadas came into together, and that is what we call as Mahajanapadas. Mahajanapadas is a word comes from Maha. Maha means what? A big Janapadas or a large group of Janapadas is what we call as Mahajanapadas. Okay. So now let us see what is being called as the exact meaning of Mahajanapadas as those strong Janapadas which became expanded and enlarged their geographical area were known as Mahajanapadas. Okay, and we have also learned the five Mahajanapadas, right? Kosla, Vatsa, Avanti, and Magadha. So today we are going to learn the two main topics in this lesson as the Greek Emperor Alexander's invasion and the Maurya Empire. How the Maurya has created their empire. So let us start with learning first how they started establishing the Maurya period. So now we can see here at the end, here this side you can see the India part, right? So at that time the empire extended from northwest India to the Egypt. You can see here the orange color part you can see na, that part has been extended from North India to Rome to Egypt in Africa. Okay, and at that time in 6th century BCE, a king named Cyrus have established a vast empire in Iran. So you can see the picture of Cyrus king. He has established a vast empire in which country? Iran. Around 518 BCE, an Iranian empire named Darius had conquered. Now tell me what is being called as conquered? Conquered means taken control by a military power or military force, right? As the Cyrus was ruling that area, after that the king Darius has conquered that area, started ruling that area at the time of 518 BC. Okay, and he has conquered the region from where we have seen the map, right? The northeast India to the Punjab, the state Punjab. Till that he was ruling. Okay, this is the picture of Darius king. And then the Darius has recruited some soldiers from this area into his army. Then after that what he has done is he has selected some soldiers so that they can work for his army. We learn about the historical writings of Greek historians. Political relationships between India and Iran was established during this reign. Means whatever we have learned about the writings of Greek historians as well as the political relationship between India and Iran is all done at the time of the Darius king was ruling the part of India. This leads to the exchange of in the fields, trade and art. The Emperor Darius has introduced an uniform currency called Derek. You can see the picture. This currency he has introduced in the place where he was ruling, and this made them very easy for trading purpose. The capital city or Persepolis was built during this regime. So this Persepolis was the capital of Iran, and it is there in country Iran. Okay, so now we are going to learn the main topic, that is the Greek Empire Alexander invasion. So now let us learn what is meant by invasion. So invasion is what? The unwelcomed instruction into another's domain. Means unwelcome means we are not welcome to that place, and we are going and fighting with that country and conquering them. That is what controlling that domain. So it is what we call as invasion. So let us learn. So you can see the picture of Alexander here. The Greek Empire invaded India's northwestern frontier in 326 BCE. So the Alexander has came to the from the northwestern part of India at what time? 326 BCE, crossing the Indus Valley on a river, he reached to Takshashila. On the way, he met a forceful opposition from the local Indian kings. When he was coming from the Indus river and reaching to the Takshashila area, at that time, the local kings of India, they started giving a forceful opposition. They were fighting with all their might. He defeated them all and successfully reached to Punjab. Then by this forceful opposition also, Alexander has defeated all the kings and he successfully reached to Punjab. However, in the invasion, the army has suffered several hardships. Means because of this kind of fighting and all, because of the war, the army had suffered very hardship. The soldiers were eager to go back home. They were opposed. They were in the opposition against the Alexander, and he forced to return back. Then, because of this kind of hardship, the soldiers were very eager to go to their home, and they were in opposition with the Alexander. And also, for Alexander, they were very forcing to go back to their country. Then what the Alexander has done is, he therefore appointed some Greek officers to administer the conquered territories. Conquered territories means whatever the place he has won by the war, the area to be taken care of, he has appointed some Greek officers there. And they were called as satraps. The soldiers or the officers, those who have been appointed, they are being called as satraps. And he has fighted a lot and he has won the territory and has been given to, after that, the Greek officers were taken care of. He started to return the journey but died on the way back in the 323 BCE at Babylon. Today, the Babylon is in Iraq. So, this is the place, Babylon. When he was returning to his country at the time, when he reached to Babylon in 323 BCE, he died at that place, and today, this Babylon is in Iraq. Alexander's campaign led to an increase in the trade between India and the Western world. The historians who accompanied Alexander introduced India with the Western world through their writing. The Greek king minted a characteristic coin. In his coin, the one side of the coin was having the picture of king, and the other side they were having the picture of Greek god. The name of the king was also written on the coin. The Alexander coins were of the same type. Later, India king also started minting similar coins. So, how the Greek kings has minted or made their coins is in the one side they were having the king's photo or the picture, and in the second side they were having, or the other side they were having the picture of their god, and also they were having the king's name also minted in that. And after that, the Indian kings also started minting several similar coins. So now we are going to learn about the most